Bonsoir à toutes, bonsoir à tous.
Welcome to all of you. Yes, I have an umbrella. The rain has come back, but that is supposed to bring good luck for Spike Lee with his new film BLACKKKLANSMAN. And we will talk about that later, but now we have the steps for Adami, where young French filmmakers making short films are in the competition. I think I have to get rid of the umbrella because you can't get very far. Adami wants to highlight the work of young filmmakers through a short film.
Parler avec quelques-uns d'entre eux.
And we're going to try to talk to some of them.
Alors que oui, il y a Charlotte qui est là-bas, Charlotte Lebon.
Charlotte Lebon is over there, and we're going to try to say a few words, all of the Adami talents.
Bien plus que de 4.
There are quite a few of them.
5 réalisateurs,
5
4 acteurs par film.
directors, 4 actors for each film. That's 20 people.
Alors on va essayer d'aller dire un petit mot à tout ce monde-là. Allez, on va passer par là. Allons-y.
We're going to try to say a few words to some of these people.
Les réalisateurs de l'Adami. Comment ça va?
Directors from Adami, how are you doing? You have a film at Adami. I have a film with Pierre Deladonchamp.
Et comment Pierre en réel?
Surprising story. How is Pierre? He knows what he wants, and it's great to work with him.
Racontez-moi un petit peu le film, ça parle de quoi?
C'est l'histoire d'un couple
It's about a couple who cheat on each other to make the other jealous an evening.
Ce n'est pas de votre famille?
Non, je crois pas.
Vous la connaissez?
Non.
So there's an actress named Dalouche. Is she a relative? And I'm there too. And I imagine it goes all over the place, especially since this year, for the 25th anniversary for Adami, it's having fun, merrymaking. And of course, this is something that enables directors to make short films, but especially it opens new prospects. And so we meet lots of people. We met Pierre, we didn't know, and other directors and actors.
Donc, il y a Sarah Megan Alouche.
So we have Sarah Megan Alouche. I'm Didier Alouche.
Ça va super bien.
Et Gauthier
How
Batou,
are you?
qui est là. Gauthier
And
Batou,
Gauthier
bonjour.
Batou. Hello.
Super.
And Pierre Deladonchamp.
Difficile de les diriger tout ça là.
Wasn't hard to work with them.
Non, super.
No.
Ils ont eu froid, les pauvres.
Pas froid.
C'était un film
were
d'été en plein hiver.
cold. We were making a film that was set in the summertime in winter. And please say hello to Aunt Simone.
Bien, Charlotte la réalisatrice alors.
Charlotte here as a director. What's it like? It's absolutely great, and I have the best actors in the world here. Jean-Baptiste Argori, Suzanne Robalet.
Allez, ratez la montée, allez-y.
So don't be late for the
Bon, bah, je
steps.
vais les faire. Il y a Clémence Poésie dans le coin, me dit-on.
Clémence Poésie is somewhere around here, I'm told.
On va aller parler. Bonsoir, comment ça va?
Good
Ça va bien,
evening.
et vous?
How are you? So,
Oui,
You're here as a director? Yeah, in a way.
Ils sont venus me chercher à la
So
Dami,
what
ils m'ont proposé
happened?
de faire un
Did
film, ça part sur un
the Adami come to see you?
oui, voilà.
Yes,
À un moment, on avait tous envie
we
que ça se
all
passe.
wanted to do this, and so things were set up very quickly.
Le
What's the pitch for the film?
Pro du pitch. Le film se passe le 31 décembre.
So the film is set on in the psychiatric emergency room on the New Year's Eve. So it's a festive day.
Comment comme Réal?
Super.
How's she to work with? She's very generous and sensitive, full of love.
Et elle vous fait jouer des fous,
I
c'est ça?
paid a lot of money for them to say that.
Elle vous fait jouer des fous.
And she makes you play madmen. No
Les fous, c'est jamais les
human
c'est jamais ceux qu'on
beings.
croit.
The madmen are never those you think.
Clémence Poésy qui était avec
I
nous.
can believe
Il y a Mélanie
that.
Thierry qui est juste derrière aussi, on va lui dire un petit mot. Voilà, deux jeunes acteurs qui
So these are
tout à coup se voient
young
l'opportunité
actors
arriver de réaliser
who
leur propre
have
court-métrage.
opportunities to
Mélanie,
make their
Mélanie.
own
Bonsoir,
films.
Mélanie, ça va?
Melanie, how are
Réalisatrice.
you? Now you're a director. That's
Lui, il est un réalisateur.
he's a real director. He's my director.
Emmanuel Finkiel, bien sûr, qui était avec nous. Un petit mot, c'est participer à cette expérience de l'Adami, ça ouvre d'autres perspectives.
Participating in
Oh, c'est pas grave, juste une question.
Adami,
Est-ce
what
que ça ouvre d'autres
does it
perspectives de
open
participer à une expérience
new
comme ça?
prospects? Oh, it's a wonderful thing to do. It's a very useful exercise. At first, you don't feel legitimate,
À
and
la fois, on met des jeunes
then
acteurs en lumière et à la
you
fois, on essaye, on tente de
try
raconter une histoire.
to tell a story.
Pour monter des marches.
Don't be late for the steps.
Mélanie Thierry, donc, qui elle aussi réalise un court-métrage.
Mélanie
Il y en
Thierry
a
has
5 en
also
tout.
made a short film. There are 5 of these.
On a juste raté Sabrina Ouazani qui était
So we miss Sabrina Wassani, who was the 5th director.
Avec ses comédiens,
donc tous les réalisateurs et tous les acteurs,
So
tous les
all
acteurs réalisateurs et les
the
actrices réalisatrices de ce
Actors who are
Cette promo de
directors in
l'Adami
this
2018,
case in
l'habitude de les voir tous
this
les ans.
year's competitors. So
ça leur donne d'autres
Adami, and this might give them
perspectives sur leur façon de
some
travailler.
new ideas on what they want to do.
Alors qu'on voit Sabrina Ouazani à l'image.
See Sabrina Wassani
Elle est avec ses 4 acteurs.
on
Pierre
the
Juste,
red carpet with
Gabriel
her
Cohen,
4 actors.
Maxime Bombay et Souleymane Rigba. Voilà donc tous les talents de l'Adami qui posent
These
les uns
are
après les autres, film par film,
Adami
devant les photographes.
directors
mes montées
and
préférées,
actors in front of
Ils
the
ont tous la pêche d'être là,
photographers.
vraiment heureux
They're
d'être dans un autre rôle.
all delighted to be here doing something different.
Clémence Poésy que vous voyez à l'écran
Clémence Poésy, you see
avec Chloé Astor,
on the screen with Chloé
Paul Delbray,
Astor,
Guillaume
Paul
Potier.
Delbray,
Et Coralie Russier.
and Coralie.
Ouais, c'est la première fois que j'ai interviewé
Russier.
une actrice qui a le même nom que moi.
And that's the first time I've met an actress who has the same
le jury de l'œil d'or
last name I do.
du documentaire qui récompense un des 17 documentaires présentés cette année.
Alors qu'on a vu Emmanuel Finkiel qui est venu saluer son actrice
Par Emmanuel Finkiel,
de la douleur,
de la douleur du jury
qui est le président du jury de l'œil d'or, le jury qui décerne un prix au meilleur documentaire du
Jury for
festival. Toute
l'œil
sélection
d'or for the
L'année dernière,
best
il avait été,
documentary
offert
at the
au film
festival
d'Agnès
and
Varda et JL.
all
Visage Village.
categories. Last year it went to Agnès
Et
Varda,
Agnès Varda, on était très fiers.
who is very proud to have this award.
Elle le répétait partout.
She kept saying it everywhere.
Et si vous ne l'avez pas encore vu, jetez-vous sur le
If
film d'Emmanuel
you
Finkiel.
haven't seen
La
Emmanuel
douleur.
Facquiel
Mélanie Thierry y est exceptionnelle, tout simplement.
film La douleur.
Qui passe en ce moment sur Canal. De pouvoir
It is being broadcast in France on Canal+.
service VOD quelconque. Vous savez vous débrouiller. Et donc ce soir, le film présenté,
Tonight,
c'est le nouveau Spike Lee.
the
Black
steps
Clansman.
are for BLACKKKLANSMAN, the new film by Spike Lee.
Avec son équipe en haut des marches sous les applaudissements. Les talents à venir.
On voit toute l'équipe, tout le jury de
So this was the
L'œil d'or, avec
Jury
notamment Lolita Chamac, la
for
fille d'Isabelle Huppert,
L'œil
actrice assez
d'or
incroyable aussi.
for Best Documentary.
Et je vois au loin les motos aussi de la police nationale et
And
qui ne
I
va pas tarder à
can
arriver. Mais
see
d'abord,
the
les festivals
motorcycles
rentrés.
announcing
Dans la salle, beaucoup de monde ce soir en
the,
bas des marches, malgré la pluie.
cast and crew for BLACKKKLANSMAN.
Voilà, tous les participants à la Damis sont
And this
au
are
sommet
all
des
the
marches du palais.
participants in Ademi who are at the top
films
of
vont
the
être présentés ce
steps
soir.
to see these short
Dans une
films.
salle du palais. Montée des marches très festive.
Very festive steps.
Et autre occasion de fête, c'est aujourd'hui l'anniversaire de Madame la Présidente.
Today it is the birthday of the
L'anniversaire de Kate Blanchett.
president
Aujourd'hui à Cannes.
of the jury for
Je
the
suppose
official
que si-
selection, Kate Blanchett.
Elle vient en bas des marches, elle vient voir le film ce soir.
And I
Et qu'elle pose
assume
pour les
she
photographes.
will,
Tout le monde va chanter un petit joyeux
everyone
anniversaire.
is
bien
going
mérité.
to sing happy birthday if she comes
À Madame
to
la Présidente.
see the film tonight and stops on the steps for a photograph.
Et Spike Lee qui sera avec nous, on l'espère, dans un tout petit instant.
And we hope to be able to exchange a few words with Spike
qui
Lee
revient à Cannes.
shortly, who's
Ça fait un petit
he's
moment qu'on l'avait
back
pas vu, hein.
in
Il était,
Cannes. We hadn't seen him for
passé un
some
certain regard
time.
avec un court métrage il y a
He
en
had
2002.
a short film
Et avant ça,
and
c'était
un
99,
certain
là aussi,
regard
c'est
in
spécial.
2002.
Et avant ça, c'était 91 avec Jungle
And
Fever.
in 91 with Jungle
Toujours
Fever.
ici, en compétition. Et She's Gotta Have It qui était à la quinzaine.
And he has been here
Nola Darling n'en fait qu'à sa tête, bien sûr.
many times.
Donc depuis 91, il n'a pas eu un film en compétition.
So
Ça
he
fait
has not been in the competition for
une
27
carrière
years,
de
since
celle de Spike Lee qui, est
1991.
parti vers un cinéma plus indépendant.
He has made the switch to more independent type films.
2015, le dernier était vraiment bien. Chirac,
Chirac was a
drôle d'adaptation de tragédie grecque
strange
musicale.
adaptation, musical adaptation, rap music adaptation of Greek tragedy.
Ou comme dans une tragédie grecque, les femmes
Where-
décidaient de faire
As in a Greek tragedy, the women
sexe.
decided to stop, to go on strike from their husbands. And
Voilà. Que je vois en bas des marches Jacques Weber et Jean-Paul Rapneau.
And I can see Jacques Weber and Jean-Paul Rapneau at the bottom of the steps. So maybe we can exchange a few words with them.
Bonsoir monsieur, ça va?
Good evening. How are you? And what about you? Is it important for you to be in Cannes? For me, it's always moving because I was here 30 years ago. It's very moving. You always feel like a little boy when you come here. What memories do you have of Cyrano de Bergerac, which I played in the theater, and I was rediscovering it with Jean-Paul Rapneau and Gérard Depardieu, the greatest. The entire cast was absolutely brilliant. And what people forget is that Carrier's adaptation was so good that people thought that the original text was respected, whereas he had completely changed it, but he had done so well. What I remember too, that on the screening, people were applauding as if they were in a theater. It was amazing. It was a wonderful experience. How many times did you play Cyrano? 400 times on the stage. So I had a chance to realize that De Guiche, the role I had in the film, was a good one too. So this is the 30th anniversary of Cyrano de Bergerac, the film by Rapneau.
Jean-Paul Rapneau qui est avec nous. Bonsoir, ça va?
Good evening.
C'est le 30e anniversaire
So
de
this
Cyrano.
is the 30th anniversary of Cyrano de Bergerac. No, in fact, it'll be next year, the 30th anniversary. I wanted to ask you, what is the first thing you remember of the shooting it? The first day, the only day I had a disagreement with Gérard Depardieu. Why? Because I had the feeling he was speaking too loud at the beginning, and so that was settled that first day. And so everything went perfectly afterwards, but it is the only somewhat tense moment we had. So it was a wonderful experience for all of us. And since the film became an international success, how do you explain that that particular film and play had such a worldwide success? Because it's a great play. And it was ideal to be adapted for cinema, as if the play was waiting to be made into a film. It's become a classic.
Avec la rapidité des mots de Rostand et la rapidité des images.
The play itself, the words in the play, and the images from the film, and now you have the actors who are here with you. Thank you, Mr. Rapneau.
On va essayer d'aller dire un mot à Camilla Jordana, qui je
So
crois
we're going
est en bas des
to
marches.
try to say a few words to Camilla Jordana, who's at the foot of the steps, I believe.
Non, elle doit monter les marches très vite.
She has to climb the steps very quickly.
Voilà, elle va d'abord passer là-bas. Alors dans ce cas-là, on retourne voir Vincent Pérez, qui était...
So we are going to
qui attend aussi lui, pour la montée des marches de
Vincent Pérez,
l'arcade classique, qui va célébrer ce soir les 30 ans de Cyrano de Bergerac. J'aime bien que le festival n'oublie pas le
It
patrimoine
is always
cinéma.
great when the festival
C'est à quel point c'est important.
celebrates its heritage.
Des projections aussi accessibles aux festivaliers. Cannes classique.
So all the festival goers
La
can
plus belle
attend.
ayant été bien sûr celle de 2001 hier.
Of course, yesterday we had 2001 Space Odyssey. It was a wonderful moment.
Et il y en a énormément. Alors que Camélia Jordana est en bas des marches sur le tapis rouge.
And we have Camélia Jordana
Jordana
at the
qui était
foot
il y a quelques
of the
semaines à
steps
Los
a few
Angeles
weeks
pour
ago.
présenter
She was in Los Angeles to present Le Brio to American audiences.
Le film a énormément plu au public
The
américain.
film
puisqu'il a
was
gagné le prix
very
du public
successful and won the
C'est là-bas.
prize, the
Camélia
Cocoa
Jordana,
Prize,
César du meilleur espoir féminin pour le brio.
and Camila Jordana is the best hopeful, best new actress, most promising new actress for Le Brio.
Hey Chris. Hi Chris, how are you? Good to see you. How you
Good to see
doing?
you. Good. Doing good.
Are you coming to see the new Spike Lee movie?
Yes. I'm a big fan of Spike and friend of Spike, so I'm excited to see it. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
So, okay, let's have a little game. What's your favorite Spike Lee?
What's my favorite movie? Malcolm X of Spike Lee.
Why?
Because he just did such a great job. Denzel Washington did such a great job. And the movie just lasts forever, so it's good.
Now we have Denzel Sons in this one.
Yeah, I'm looking forward. I heard, so I'm looking forward to seeing him.
I saw him in a movie that was in Sundance. He's a fantastic actor, like his dad.
I can't wait. Yeah, he is a great actor. He's a good
You
actor.
and Cannes, you like this festival?
Yeah, I'm just out here having fun, watching movies and having meetings, so it's good.
You use the Palme d'Or of the best jacket of the festival.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. I was
Thank
trying
you.
to get it together.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you. Have a great screening. Chris Tucker, donc, qui était avec nous, Chris Tucker. Vous vous en souvenez peut-être pour Le Cinquième Élément, notamment. Le film de Luc Besson, Les Rush Hour.
Chris
en
Tucker
Amérique.
is with us.
Comédien, comique extrêmement connu, extrêmement apprécié et respecté.
Very respected
Jane Fonda est sur le tapis rouge.
figure.
Jane
Jane
Fonda qui
Fonda
n'est pas là que pour représenter
is here
une marque de produits de beauté. Elle a
not
aussi
only
un
to
documentaire
represent
sur sa vie qui est projeté
a
à Cannes Classique.
cosmetics
Jane Fonda
brand,
in 5 acts.
but she's
J'ai la
here
chance de voir
for
la vie de cette
Jane
femme
Fonda in 5
étonnante.
acts.
À tout point de vue.
And she
Le
is
film est
an amazing lady, and the film is very well done,
Elle dégage à la fois la vie publique et la vie privée.
showing both
Parle notamment de la relation de
the-
Jane avec son père et fait ça très très bien de
her
façon très
public
subtile.
life and her private life and her relationship with her father.
Monsieur, pardon. Et des plumes rouges sur le tapis de la même couleur.
There are red feathers on the carpet, the same
C'était mon
color.
mode de la soirée. On va
That
s'arrêter là.
was my fashion conscious moment in the evening.
Alors que Camélia Jordana est en haut des marches.
Camélia Jordana is at the top of the steps,
Je ne sais pas si on a vu l'image.
being welcomed by Pierre Lescure.
Jane Fonda qui est arrivée en haut des marches.
Jane Fonda is
Je salue au
at
président du festival.
the top
Pierre Lescure,
of
une
the
habituée de Cannes,
steps
qui est là tous les ans.
with Pierre Lescure. She is here
Star en
every
français
year.
impeccable. Et le
She speaks beautiful
David
French.
Lisnard, le maire de Cannes, qui la
And
salue
the
aussi.
mayor of Cannes, David Lisnard, is
Moi aussi.
greeting her.
Jane Fonda donc qui est rentrée dans la salle. qui va découvrir le nouveau film de Spike Lee, BLACKKKLANSMAN.
And she is going to discover BLACKKKLANSMAN. It's a true story, a black policeman in the 1970s who became part of the Ku Klux Klan. We've only seen one excerpt of the film where the son of the policeman, played by Denzel Washington's son, holds the Ku Klux Klan to say, I hate blacks, Mexicans, Italians, and Jews. Can I be part of the Ku Klux Klan? And the answer is yes, of course. You're ideal for us. And Michael Madsen is here. Let's try to say a few words.
Michael Madsen qui signe des autographes en bas des marches. Et franchement, Michael Madsen, je ne peux pas
Madsen
m'empêcher de penser à la projection de
signing autographs
ici en séance de minuit.
at the midnight session in 1991. Reservoir Dogs is a memory, an unforgettable memory.
Un moment exceptionnel. Alexandre Desplat est là.
Alexandre Desplat is here. Let's see if we can talk to
Alexandre,
him.
vous ne pas que j'allais vous laisser monter comme ça. Ça
I
va bien,
can't
vous
let you
Vous venez voir le Spike Lee?
go up the steps right away. Are you coming to see the Spike Lee film? No, unfortunately, but we are coming out of a documentary on me. So I'm here to speak for SACEM. So what's it like to see a documentary about yourself? Oh, it's horrible. It's embarrassing. Because you see yourself in your privacy. You have trouble talking because you're talking about yourself. I know when you're talking about music, you have no problem. Now, music is one thing, but I prefer to talk about music. Did you open everything up? Did you... no holds barred.
J'adorerais le voir. Il passe quand on se reprend le voir.
And when can we see it? I don't know. I'll do my best to see it. Thank you so much.
On va parler avec Michael Madsen.
So we're going to talk to Michael Madsen.
Hey Michael, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good to see you. Everything all right? All right, we're going to talk about Trunk in a minute, but when I see you, I cannot stop thinking about the first time, the Reservoir Dogs premiere, when you guys were walking on the Croisette. What kind of memory do you keep of that?
I didn't know that it was going to be have that much life, you know. 25 years later, it's still a good movie.
But yeah.
You can't say that about a lot of pictures, you know.
That's so true.
It's been quite a journey. But I'm still here, you know.
Yeah, let's talk about the new one, Trunk.
Everybody would have forgot by now.
No, nobody would ever forget you, monsieur. Let's talk about the new one, Trunk.
I'm with here, my producer, Alan.
What is it about? How can you...
It's called Trunk. It's rather violent, but it's about a couple of people that are locked up in a trunk.
Okay.
And me and my brother, William Baldwin, are kind of have bad intentions about them. But there's two great young actors in it, and they're right here and here.
Hey guys.
These two are in the trunk.
How are you?
Yeah.
How is it to be in the movie with monsieur?
Bonsoir, comment allez-vous?
Hey, magnifique.
Oui, si vous voulez.
Ouais.
Alors, Cassie Howard,
Yeah. Sorry.
l'actrice principale du film.
The main
sorry, I speak
actress
English.
in the film. Moi?
Cathy, but how is it to be in a movie with these gentlemen?
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, I feel myself very privileged and lucky to have worked with Michael. Yeah. And also Ivan and Billy. It was a wonderful experience.
Sur le film, c'est quoi? Comment vous pouvez résumer?
Alors, le pitch du film, c'est on se retrouve
What's
tous
the
les deux
film
enfermés
about?
dans
We
le coffre
both
d'une
find
voiture.
ourselves locked in the trunk or the boot of a car, and we spend an hour and a half there. And it's very frightening, but we get to know each other.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Au revoir. Bye. Thank you. Voilà donc. Alors qu'on vient de voir l'équipe de Ryan Farnoy qui est tout là-haut, l'équipe de Climax qui est en train de danser depuis passer une quinzaine des réalisateurs.
Of Climax, they're dancing at the top of the steps.
Oh, Christopher Nolan is here. Maybe we can do a day after interview. On va essayer de dire un petit mot à Christopher Nolan pour lui demander. Bon, on va le laisser tranquille à Chris Nolan. Il est juste venu voir tranquillement le film de Spike Lee.
So we're going to let him alone. He came here to see the Spike Lee film.
Voilà donc. En haut des marches, l'équipe de Climax, des danseurs.
Of the steps, the dancers from the film Climax, one of the strangest experience I've ever had. A film of dance that becomes a horror film with these young people, and the camera follows them throughout the film.
Un moment de cinéma totalement unique. Oh, Michel Rodriguez qui est là.
Truly unique moment of cinema. Michel.
Hey, Michel. How are you?
How are you? Yeah,
Everything
it's been
all right?
a while now.
Yeah. Are you working here or just coming to see the
I just come to check out some movies.
Spike Lee one?
Yeah.
You're a fan?
Yes, I am.
So I have a question for you. Your favorite Spike Lee movie?
That's a tough one. I would have to say I really like Crooklyn.
Ah oui, c'est vrai.
It's surprising, but because his other movies are so prolific, they go down in history. I wanted to find a Spike Lee movie that was cheerful, sad, but at the same time said a lot about the culture in Brooklyn.
It does.
And you know what? And I'm from Jersey, so it's like very close to home. So that's why it's my favorite movie.
Jersey Girl, I don't want you to freeze. Go and see the film. Merci beaucoup.
You.
Bye Michel. Michel Rodriguez, donc, qui était avec nous.
That was Michel Rodriguez.
Naomi Campbell qui est juste là. Je vais dire un petit mot. Naomi Campbell qui pose pour les photographes en bas des marches.
We have
Et qui en parlera dans un tout petit instant.
Naomi will keep posing for the photographers at the foot of the steps.
Ce soir, pour
Quite
découvrir
a
le nouveau
crowd
film de Spike Lee,
this
Black
evening
Clansman.
for BLACKKKLANSMAN, the new Spike Lee movie.
Alors que cet après-midi, on a découvert le
This
joli
afternoon,
film
we had a
de
very nice Japanese film, Naomi Campbell.
Alors qu'elle est allée dire bonjour à une amie, voilà. J'espère qu'elle va revenir nous voir.
She went to talk to someone else. Let's hope she comes back.
Naomi Campbell qui était bien sûr dans
Naomi Campbell,
Girl 6.
who was in
Le
Girl
dernier film de Spike Lee
6,
qui est passé à Cannes.
Spike Lee's last film in Cannes.
Hey Naomi, how are you?
Thank you.
Yes, you. What kind of? This is Spike Lee's night. So, what kind of memory do you keep from the shooting of Girl 6?
What kind of memory do I have of?
From the shooting of Girl 6.
Oh, great memories. So much fun. I love Spike. I love working with him. I love where his mind goes. I love the discipline of working with him.
What's your favorite Spike Lee movie, except for Girl 6, of course?
I love She's Gotta Have It. I love Malcolm X because I learned something I didn't know. All of Spike's movies have a wonderful message behind them. So it's for me, being British, I learn something new every time.
One of the greatest director ever.
He is.
One last thing, how is your Cannes doing so far?
Cannes, great. I'm having a great time.
Merci beaucoup, Naomi. Naomi Campbell, donc, qui était avec nous en direct sur TV Festival.
So that was Naomi Campbell, who is here with us on TV Festival.
Ah, il y a Emmanuel Devos qui est là. Emmanuel
Devos.
Emmanuel Devos qui est dans le nouveau film de Philippe Faucon, Amine, qui passe à
Philippe
la quinzaine
Faucon's
des réalisateurs.
new film at
On va y aller avant que
Director's
ça devienne trop la folie.
Fortnight.
Avec l'arrivée de l'équipe de film des BLACKKKLANSMAN.
I'm going to try to say a few words before the cast and crew for BLACKKKLANSMAN are here. Good evening, Emmanuel. Trying not to be crushed in the crowd. Can you say something about Amine, which will be shown tomorrow? What can you say about the film? It's a very deeply touching film that talks about immigration in a very touching way, in a very subtle cinema. I was very pleased to have a role with Faucon because I had always loved his cinema in the way he works. He's very much like Robert Bresson.
Dernière chose, vous venez voir le film de Spike Lee aussi. Il y a le film de Spike Lee qui passe ce soir.
So you're here for Spike Lee's film. Which is your favorite Spike Lee film?
Mais ça fait longtemps que j'en ai pas vu.
I haven't seen any in some time. Actually, it's the first.
Oui, voilà, Darling n'en fait qu'à sa tête.
Merci Emmanuel, merci. Allez vous mettre à l'abri.
So, get out of the rain.
Alors que Léa Drucker est en train de monter les marches.
Léa Drucker is climbing the steps.
Léa Drucker, on a vu récemment dans l'excellent Jusqu'à la gare.
Recently in the wonderful Jusqu'à la gare.
Et Michael Madsen qui monte les marches. On n'a pas précisé un petit peu pour raconter un petit peu trop, c'est assez rigolo, parce que c'est au marché du film, et c'est un film réalisé par un Breton. Un film américain réalisé par
an American film on the film market, directed by somebody from Brittany. True, the film that we sometimes see in the market, the film market. About a couple locked in the trunk of a car.
À l'image, Virginie Ledoyen,
Virginie
que j'ai croisée dans le palais et qui m'a dit s'éclater dans son rôle de membre du jury, Un certain regard sur la présidence de Benicio del Toro. Elle fonçait de film en film, elle avait un sourire d'enfant, elle était heureuse comme tout.
For Un certain regard with Benicio del Toro, she says she's never had so much fun.
Alors qu'on a Gilles Porte qui a un film présenté
is
en séance spéciale.
a film
Say It Again,
special
Mandela,
showing.
qui est juste là.
Say Again.
Si je peux vous poser 2-3 questions.
Mandela.
Festival, tout va bien?
Gilles, can I ask you a few questions?
Avec, je me souviens qu'Andrew Languini, qui était le dernier rescapé de Mandela.
And I interviewed someone who's the last survivor of the Mandela. We met 3 people who had been in the trial. There are no images. It was entirely taped, and this gentleman found found the audio recordings, and so we made drawings. You can't film a trial, and so it's a mixture of interviews and historic images and these drawings. So why is what happened then so important today? What is the impact on what's going on in the world today? It's because these are people who were accused of serious crimes, and they could have had the death penalty, and they decided to challenge apartheid during their own trial, which could have worsened the sentence. But what was important for them was to denounce the immorality of the apartheid system. It's about commitment, which is very hard to find among politicians. These are people who put their lives after the cause they were defending. Thank you so much.
Le film est coproduit par Julie Gaillet. On va peut-être lui dire un petit mot.
Co-produced by Julie Gaillet.
Alors que Naomi Campbell est en train de monter les marches. J'ai déjà parlé avec Nicolas et Gilles.
I already spoke to Nicolas and Gilles.
Qui avait 26
So
ans
this is a gentleman who is 94, Andrew Munlady, and
in English. So you wanted to share with the director of this movie. You wanted to share your experience. Why did you give him the privilege of talking and telling your story? Why did you want to tell your story to this crew?
Why did I want to tell my story? I can't hear you. You say why did
you want to tell your story to this movie? Let's walk with you.
Well, I think it's important that our story or my story should be known, so that
Maintenant, c'est important de monter les marches. Andrew, we've got to go.
Allez-y, you have to go. Sorry about that. Voilà donc un petit mot quand même d'un des survivants de la lutte contre l'apartheid. Le film sera
very
présenté
brief exchange with one of the survivors of the fight against apartheid alongside Nelson Mandela. And at the foot of the steps, two of the members of the jury. Denis Villeneuve too.
Tout le monde va voir le film de Spike Lee.
Everybody wants to see
BLACKKKLANSMAN ce soir.
BLACKKKLANSMAN by Spike Lee.
Vous le savez, ainsi, il n'y a pas une seule séance avec un fauteuil libre.
As you know, there is not a single showing with an empty seat.
Vous n'avez pas le droit de parler, donc je ne vous embête pas,
Since
mais juste
you
bonsoir.
aren't allowed to say anything, I'm not going to bother you. Just good evening.
Avec nous en bas des marches. Ah, juste un truc, Denis.
Just one thing.
Juste un petit truc. Vous avez dit bon anniversaire, Madame la Présidente.
Did you wish Madam Chair her a happy birthday? Oh, yes, of course. Yes, she did. She blew out the candles.
Et Kristen Stewart qui signe des autographes en bas des marches.
Stewart, who is
très gentil avec les fans. Kristen.
Signing autographs at the foot of the steps. She's always very kind to them.
Voilà donc le jury qui arrive.
So the jury is arriving.
L'équipe n'est pas encore là. Un petit peu de retard peut-être au
So
démarrage
the
aujourd'hui.
cast and crew aren't here yet.
Mais tout va se remettre en place. À Cannes, ils sont très forts pour ça.
But everything should be fine.
Dans un instant, donc, Spike Lee.
In a few moments, Spike Lee will be here.
Et toute l'équipe de BLACKKKLANSMAN qui seront là avec
with
nous.
the cast and crew, BLACKKKLANSMAN.
Adam Driver, bien sûr, qui est l'un des acteurs du film. John David Washington,
Adam
le fils
Driver,
de Denzel.
John
Et d'autres acteurs du
David
film,
Washington,
Corey Hawkins,
Denzel
Laura
Washington's
Harrier,
son,
Topher Grace qui sera là avec nous. Damaris Lewis et Jasper
and
Pakkonen.
the rest of the cast.
Ils seront tous avec nous. Adam Driver, bien sûr.
And Adam Driver will be among them.
Et John David Washington, que j'ai pu voir dans un film à Sundance. qui s'appelait,
John David Washington, I saw him in a film at Sundance, Monsters and Men, where he played a policeman
Il était mais extraordinaire.
involved
très, très bon
in
acteur.
a scandal in Brooklyn, a very good actor.
Far from the tree.
So there's
Belle terre fils, on dirait.
expression, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, that applies perfectly to him.
On aura aussi Kyle Loren avec nous. Pardon, Adam Driver. Être avec Adam Driver qui reviendra en fin de festival.
Adam Driver, who'll be back at the end of the festival since he is the star of the man who killed
Finalement, on va le voir. Et
Don
ça, c'est une
Quixote.
très très bonne nouvelle.
We weren't sure we would be able to see it, but we will, and that's very good news indeed.
Voilà, ça sera à la fin du festival, mais ce soir,
That will be at the end of the festival.
c'est BLACKKKLANSMAN. Alors que l'équipe
Tonight
de
it's
State Against Mandela est en train de monter les marches.
BLACKKKLANSMAN when the crew for
Gaillet, la productrice du film.
against
Gaillet, qui en tant que productrice,
Mandela is climbing the steps. Julie Gaillet is very much involved
Mastroianni est en bas des marches. On va essayer d'aller lui dire un petit
in this
bonjour.
kind of
Ça va?
Chiara Mastroianni, how are you? What can you say about Spike Lee? What is your favorite film?
Mon Dieu, comment ça s'appelait? Maintenant j'ai le trac, alors je perds tous les... Avec Danny Aiello.
Avec qui?
Avec Danny Aiello.
With Danny Aiello.
C'est pas Jungle Fever, c'est celui d'avant, c'est Do the Right Thing.
Voilà, Do the Right Thing. Voilà, c'était ça.
Do the right thing. Sorry, but since we're running very late.
C'est dommage. Merci, gars. Merci beaucoup. Voilà donc. C'est marrant parce que ça revient toujours sur les premiers films.
So it's funny because it's the first films. Do the Right Thing, Noah Darling. These are wonderful films by Spike Lee.
Plus ou moins important, plus ou moins à gros budget, mais il a toujours été un réalisateur intéressant.
High budget films, but his films are always very interesting.
Très inattendu de sa part, alors que Kristen Stewart est en train de monter les marches.
Stewart is posing for the photographs before climbing the steps.
Et l'équipe de State Against Mandela est à mi-marche, accueillie par
the crew for
Pierre Lescure et Thierry Frémaux,
State Against
les délégués généraux du festival.
Mandela
les membres du jury montent les marches les uns après les autres.
On the steps, and the jury members are climbing the steps one after the other.
Kristen Stewart qui est devant les photographes, derrière elle.
Stewart is posing for the photographers, and Denis Villeneuve is behind her.
Motard de la police nationale arrive.
And so now
l'équipe du film de Spike Lee va être en bas des marches avec nous dans un instant. On reste sur les marches, mais dès qu'il se passe quelque chose en bas des marches, on vient tout de suite. Ne vous inquiétez pas.
And so we
on
will
voit Ara
be
Duvernay et Chanchet
at the foot of the
sur les
steps
marches,
with
posant devant
them.
les photographes. Voilà donc l'équipe du film de Spike Lee qui va être là dans un instant.
So the team, cast and crew for BLACKKKLANSMAN will be here shortly. Spike Lee, who is back in Cannes
en compétition.
In the competition.
Alors qu'à l'image, vous voyez Denis Villeneuve devant les photographes.
With the photographers. And he wished the president of the jury happy birthday. And John David Washington is here, and Spike Lee too.
On va essayer d'aller voir Spike Lee directement. Bonsoir, monsieur. Comment ça va?
Good evening.
Really good, and you?
Good.
How does it feel to be back in Cannes?
Cannes is a great place. If you're a filmmaker, this is it.
Yeah.
This is it. No better place in the world.
Do you remember the screening of She's Gotta Have It? It was a few years ago.
No, that was 30 years ago. I'm too old.
I love how your cinema has evolved, that changed, but you, straight at heart, you're still the filmmaker that you were at the time.
30 years? No, I'm better than I was 30 years ago.
Yeah, but the spirit...
She's the habit. I know what I was doing.
This story is unbelievable. When I heard that it was true, I was like, no, are you kidding me, BLACKKKLANSMAN? How did you hear about that?
Jordan Peele called me up and said I had this book. I said, is this true? He said, yes, it's true. I said, let's do it.
And we're going to see it tonight. What is it? Is it a comedy? Is it a thriller? What is it exactly?
I really try to refrain from putting labels on my films, so.
You do that very well. I mean, you're going from the small independent to the big studio. What do you prefer?
Wherever I can get the money.
We're going to finish on this. Thank you very much.
Thank you
very much. Can't wait to see the film. Merci, monsieur. Spike Lee. Alors que Kate Blanchett va monter les marches dans un petit instant.
Is about to climb these steps.
Hey Laura, how are you?
I'm great, thank you. So excited to be here.
How is it to work with this gentleman here?
It's just honestly a dream. I mean, he's been such an inspiration of mine for so long. I've loved his movies forever, so it's just amazing to be able to work with him.
How do you feel on set when it's Spike Lee who says action?
I just kept pinching myself. Like John David always would shout, "I love my job, I love my job," and by the end I was doing the same thing. So yeah, just I love my job. Yeah.
How would you say that this story is still relevant today? I mean, it's an unbelievable story.
I think it's incredibly relevant. I mean, our release date of August 10th is because of there was, you know, the White Power rally a year ago. It's a year anniversary. So, you know, this is a story that is 30-something years old, but it's still very relevant today. That needs to be keep being told. So.
All right, Laura, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Merci beaucoup. Merci. John David va être avec nous dans un tout petit instant. All right, who wants to go first? Come together, guys.
Oh, come together.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. How are you guys?
Good. Great. Feeling great.
Guys, how is it on set when it's Spike Lee who says action?
Oh, man. I mean, it was the most freeing experience as an artist I've ever had. So we rehearsed, we discussed things, and it was just that much more fun to be around because we knew what we were doing and the trust was there, you know?
Yeah, I have to say and do some really crazy things in this movie that I was very uncomfortable about. But when you're working with a director like Spike, it's one of the few people I'd kind of go there with.
Did you ask your dad how should I be with Spike?
I did not. I wanted my own experience, and I got my own experience.
But I did ask John Grace, my father, what he would do, and he said he had no idea because he's never acted before. Yeah.
Excellent. How do you feel right here now on the carpet of the Cannes Film Festival?
Yeah, so I'm really here. I feel great. I mean, I played American football back in the day, and I've never experienced any kind of adrenaline rush like I have now.
We're at the Super Bowl now.
Yeah, exactly. Seriously, it really is. It feels that way.
Tougher?
Yeah, the same way. I'm just so glad this cast is so great and the director is so great to be able to do it with people that you had a great artistic experience with. It's great.
I'm not saying this story is unbelievable, but what was more unbelievable is that when I heard it was true.
Yes.
So how would you say that it's still relevant, and how would you say that it's still relevant today?
Well, I mean, we're talking about a lot of issues. We're talking about how people feel and how people talk behind closed doors. But when you watch this film, when the people see it, know that this happened. These are real people. Yeah.
And it is sad that it is more relevant today than when it happened.
Maybe after you watch it, we can start the conversation.
That's what films are for. Merci beaucoup, messieurs. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. On va essayer de dire un mot à Adam Driver qui est juste là.
Very much. We're going to try to say a few words to Adam Driver.
On va essayer d'approcher Adam.
Let's try to get closer.
Même pas moi. Allons-y. Hey Adam, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good to see you here. How was it on set when it's Spike Lee that says action? What do you feel?
I think I should know my lines. I don't know. Do you mean like what's it like working with Spike? He's a very familial person. He sets a very family-oriented atmosphere on set, so it's easy to feel very comfortable.
This story is unbelievable, but what more unbelievable of it is that it's true, that it happened. How do you feel that it's still relevant today, that this story is still relevant today?
I don't think in things of terms of relevant or not relevant. It was true. I don't know if that's relevant or not.
The story itself?
Huh?
How about the story itself?
Yeah, it's unique.
It is. That's what we can say. Cannes, being here.
What's it like? I mean, I love this festival. There's always movies that I want to see starting from here. So it's always meaningful to me personally to have a film here.
I'm very happy that we'll see you the last day too.
Oh yeah.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you so much. Thank you. Adam Driver, donc, qui était avec nous. Kylo Ren de Star Wars et l'acteur de Spike Lee.
The Driver who was here.
Girls, qui était avec nous. Il est l'une des plus grandes
one
stars
of
de la nouvelle génération.
Greatest stars in the new generation
David
in
Washington,
Hollywood.
Excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. I know. I'm sorry. Gotta go. Sorry, pardon. Voilà, je me faufile
So
au milieu
I'm trying
de toute
to
l'équipe
get through the crowd here.
du film de Spike Lee, BLACKKKLANSMAN. I'm sorry, man. Sorry about that. On essaye de s'approcher pour pouvoir au moins vous
So
montrer
we're
des images
at
de
least
cette
to
montée des marches.
show you pictures as close as possible of these steps. And so the entire cast and crew, BLACKKKLANSMAN, ready to climb the steps. Spike Lee is back on La Croisette after 27 years with the Jungle Fever. He was back with Girls 6, but that was a special showing.
Et voilà donc, on le voit à l'image. On vient de le voir à l'image, Spike Lee qui va être
Just saw Spike Lee.
au centre des marches dans un tout petit instant. Je suis très curieux de découvrir le film.
And I can't wait to see the film.
Finalement, c'était peut-être une comédie.
So maybe it's a comedy. We don't know yet.
Et voilà donc les derniers festivaliers qui vont monter les marches.
And these are the last festival goers about to climb the steps. Maybe they'll start dancing.
Va monter ses marches. Qu'est-ce qu'on voit? Love and Hate sur ses bagues.
Love and hate on his rings.
Essayez, si vous ne l'avez pas vu, essayez de voir les derniers films de Spike Lee. Ils sont
So
difficiles à voir.
do your best to see the latest Spike Lee films. They were not as popular as the first ones.
Un quartier pauvre
But they're
new-yorkais. Très intéressant aussi.
all very interesting.
Mais c'est un très très grand metteur en scène de
He's
toute
a
façon.
very good and excellent director.
Voilà donc Spike Lee qui danse en bas des marches avec
Spike Lee
son actrice.
dancing at the foot of the steps, wearing shoes that are different.
Spike Lee. Qui avait joué alors que ça crie beaucoup parmi les photographes.
So there's a lot of excitement among the photographers.
Et fête.
Everything
On va
is
démarrer dans un instant.
ready. Things should get going soon.
Et voilà donc, le carnaval des animaux va commencer.
And so
C'est la musique bien sûr.
the
Officielle du
festival
Festival de Cannes.
theme, the Carnival of Animals by Saint-Saëns is starting. And the steps are here for BLACKKKLANSMAN.
Voilà donc Spike Lee en bas des marches, accompagné de ses acteurs Adam Driver, John David Washington, Corey Hawkins, Topher Grace, Damaris Lewis,
Actors, Adam Driver,
Laura Harrier,
and John David Washington, Laura Harrier.
On m'a dit quelque chose de très intéressant. Il n'aimait pas mettre des labels sur des marques sur ses films. Et c'est exactement ça, Spike Lee. Il a tout fait, Spike Lee. Il a vraiment tout
Spike
fait.
Lee has done just about everything, every single genre.
Produit par
And the film is co-produced by Jordan Peele,
peut-être pas son nom, mais
whom you
c'est le
may
réalisateur de Get
not
Out.
know. He is the director of Get Out,
Le film d'horreur qui a été nommé
the
aux Oscars
horror
4 fois.
film with the 4 Oscar
Le
nominations.
film d'horreur qui a
the horror film that woke up black cinema in the U.S.
Et par respect pour Spike Lee, c'est à lui qui lui a proposé
And out of
projet.
respect
D'ailleurs, le film est coproduit par Jason
for
Blum.
Spike
Jason
Lee,
Blum est aussi le producteur
he
de
offered
Get
him,
Out. Je ne vois pas Jason là, mais il doit être.
he urged him to make this film.
Et voilà donc toute l'équipe de Black Clansman,
The cast
Spike Lee et ses bagues.
of Black Klansman and Spike Lee wearing rings spelling love on one side and hate on the other.
Love et hate, comme Robert Mitchum dans La Nuit du Chasseur.
Love
Lui,
and
c'était tatoué.
hate, like Mitchum
Beaucoup plus
and
festif. Hein.
Night of the Hunter. This is more festive.
Voilà donc toute l'équipe de Black Clansman, Spike Lee, Adam Driver, John David Washington, Corey Hawkins, Laura Harrier, Topher
The
Grace,
entire cast of Black Klansman.
Jasper Pakonen. En bas des marches du palais. Je crois voir, oui, je les vois là, Thierry Frémaux et Pierre Lescure qui
I can
attendent.
see Thierry Frémaux and Pierre Lescure waiting for them to climb the steps, waiting for them halfway up the steps.
Et voilà donc. Spike Lee accueilli par Thierry Frémaux.
Thierry Frémaux and Pierre Lescure are welcoming Spike Lee.
Adam Driver. C'est pas facile d'avoir Adam Driver en interview, il n'aime pas ça du tout. Donc,
It's not easy to interview Adam Driver. That's why we are particularly grateful to him for having exchanged a few words with us.
sa popularité a explosé avec les Star Wars et son rôle de Kylo
Since
Ren.
his popularity exploded with Star Wars, he's trying
Plus auteur, on l'avait vu dans le
to
Patterson de Jarmusch il y a 2 ans maintenant.
have different films, make different kinds of films, not just blockbusters, more auteur-type films.
2 films américains en compétition, Under the Silver Lake demain.
American films of the competition, Under the Silver Lake tomorrow,
Le film de Spike Lee.
and Black Klansman by Spike
Et
Lee.
demain soir, un autre film hors compétition dont on reparlera
Tomorrow night,
largement.
another film out of competition, a solo, the Star Wars story. We will have plenty of time to talk about it.
Spike Lee et toute l'équipe de Black Clansman. Tout en haut des marches. Je vous rappelle pas, hein, vous savez comment ça marche. Vous allez
So we
entrer
will
avec eux dans la salle du palais.
follow them into the auditorium as we do for every film. I would love to know what Thierry Frémaux whispered to Spike Lee.
Et voilà, nous restons avec eux dans le foyer du
So we are
palais.
here in the foyer of the
Spike Lee va rentrer dans la salle, ça devrait être de la
auditorium.
folie furieuse.
And
On va annoncer son nom. Je vous laisse
when
écouter
his,
l'innovation
just
qu'il y a
listen
derrière.
to the ovation.
Si c'est possible, monsieur Spike Lee. Voilà donc. Voilà donc toute l'équipe qui s'installe.
So
Nous allons bientôt découvrir Black
cast
Clansman.
and crew are settling down in row I for the screening
Benicio del
of
Toro.
Black
Naomi Campbell.
Clansman. Spike Lee kisses Benicio del Toro and Naomi Campbell.
Et Christopher Nolan.
And
Laura
Christopher
Harrier qui fait la double
Nolan.
aussi. Et Naomi Campbell. Corey Hawkins aussi. Et ça s'appelle de la star. Mais qu'est-ce qu'ils se racontent tous les deux? Voilà, la lumière va s'éteindre dans un tout petit instant. Le
Lights
film
will go out very soon.
Ah, il s'est chauffé la salle, Spike. Hein.
Spike
Bon
knows
festival, bon
how
film,
to
c'est ce que
get
vient de dire
things
Spike
going.
Lee, qui nous montre une dernière fois ses bagues. Love and Hate, bon festival, bon
a
film, ça
wonderful
peut être vraiment ce qu'on va
festival
vivre ce soir,
and
parce
a
que
wonderful
je vais
screening.
courir voir le film, je vous dis la vérité.
I'm
On se
going to
retrouve à
rush
22
off
heures
to
pour une
see
montée
the
des marches
film and
qui
we'll be
devrait
back at
aussi faire
10
un drôle
p.m.
d'impact sur la croisette, puisque
for
Lars von Trier
another
revient au
film
festival de Cannes
because
avec The House That Jack
The
Built.
House That
Là aussi,
Jack
ça devrait être quelque chose.
Built
À tout à l'heure,
is
rendez-vous
the latest
22
film
heures.
by
On va
Lars
démarcher.
from Trier. So we'll be back at 10.